guys, welcome back. As you can see, we are back in the KSP, and again with a little bit of post commentary. I just decided to go ahead and do a mission, see what we could do. And the mission goal was to go out, do a couple orbits or so of the moon, pick up as many of the biomes from EVA as we can, and do a couple of mystery goo containment units and some of the science juniors and whatnot, and then come back and just collect the science. And it went pretty good. And as you can see, right here I'm just building with some new parts. So this is just kind of like testing the limits of what I already have unlocked. Nothing too great or anything. And I probably went a little overkill right here, as you can see with the SRBs. It was definitely very hard to control with the limited amount of torque that the capsule has, the command pod, because I don't have any inline reaction wheels or anything like that unlocked at this point when I was building this. But it definitely does have plenty of thrust to get me into orbit and to get us up around the moon. And I'm just checking numbers here and make sure, and everything checked out. And here we go with the launch. Went smooth, no problems. But like I said, the only issue was I could not control it very easily. And right here, I'm fighting with it. I'm trying to keep it from going the opposite direction that we needed it to go. Right now, it's headed west, and we needed it to go east. It's finally, as soon as the SRBs cut out, you see I get my control back with the thrust vectoring engine, and we have no problems with that. It's very, very simple rocket to fly, because it is still pretty small. I'm not building big yet, because mainly I don't have the parts to build yet big or anything yet. So just a simple burn at this point. So alright, in the stage separation, now we just got this little guy with plenty of Delta V. This guy, I keep checking it because I'm getting paranoid, and I'm still not very comfortable with myself building efficient ship design. So you'll see me check the vessel readout on the Kerbal Engineer several times just to make sure I have enough Delta V to do what I'm planning on doing and have enough to actually come back. But yeah, it circulates very easily. And right here we finally get it. I'm still trying to figure out how to. My first plan was just to get a slingshot back into the KSP atmosphere. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to approach that. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and get a capsule orbit around the moon, and just get a little bit more science than I originally planned. So in mid-flight I changed the mission, and that worked out fine. But I'm still going to try to figure out how to make very efficient gravity assists and things like that. It's something I'm going to have to look into getting better at. And like I said, this has very, very low weight, so the Delta V required to do anything is just so low. So it's just such a small stage with such an efficient engine. So I was able to do a lot of things. Right here, I'm starting to do my my science experiments and collecting the science and EVA reports, and I realized that I'm not, the way I designed it is the capsule's the only thing that's going to be coming back. So, and with the changes to the science, you can go out and collect the data and store it on the pod. And like I said in the previous videos, that you can only have one type of experiment per biome per experiment. So as long as we're in a different biome, I can do different mystery goo samples and store that information in the command pod, and without having the larger piece, what is it called, the mobile laboratory or whatever, to be able to clean it, you can still do multiple goo experiments. And since it's just going to be the command pod coming back, I have to store them anyway, because I don't have. I think I do have the drogue chutes, the radio mounted parachutes, but I did not use them. I think I have them at this point. I'm not too sure, but as you can see, I'm dropping my orbit down. And I'm checking my Delta V and everything just to make sure that I have enough to actually get back to Kerbin. And you'll see right here, I'm trying to get out and get different biomes and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty much all there was to this mission. It was pretty successful. I got a pretty good bit of science, but like it's going to be a little bit later on whenever I can actually build bigger and better ships that we're actually going to go for the large scale, get several biomes of the moon or Minmus at once, collect it, and come back kind of deal. And right here, I'm trying to get my burn where I get back into the atmosphere, and I do, and I think I fixed it where I just didn't feel comfortable with a direct trajectory to the surface of the planet, so I burned to fix it where I actually just come into the atmosphere. I'm not using any kind of mods like Ferrum's Aerospace, I think it's called, or Deadly Reentry, so it should be fine. It's just I wanted to play it just a little bit more. Yeah, see right here, I think I just bring it down to about 15 or so. I can actually see on the playback. Yeah, it's something like, it's like 8,000, something like that. But I decided to go ahead and just put it in the atmosphere instead of a direct trajectory towards the surface. And I decided to go ahead and in transit between the moon and Kerbin, go ahead and collect the other samples. And I'm also playing around with my mic settings. I know sometimes there's a lot of static and sometimes it's clear as a bell. I'm trying to figure out what's causing that. I do have the little mini jack. I don't have a USB or XLR or anything like that. It's the little 16th inch or whatever they're called mini jacks that you plug into your computer. It is a headset. It's not the best quality to begin with. I mean, it's decent. It's a Razer headset, but it's not the best for actual commentary and whatnot. But I'm trying to figure out the best settings I can do to try to reduce the static and things. So the next few videos will probably sound a little different here and there until I fine tune it and get it to the settings that I like. But as you see right here, I'm trying to go ahead and pick up some more science out of these mystery goo containment units. And I didn't plan it. I just wanted a re-entry, and I just realized that hey, we're gonna land in the desert, so we're gonna get another surface sample and another biome ticked off of Kerbin, and get a little bit more science. So that's always a good thing. So I really like the changes to the way they did science, the way you can store the different experiments and how they made it biome specific. So that way you can, even though you're limited on what you can do early game, you still have plenty of options to get multiple science experiments done in per trip, so you're not behind the curve too much, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But like I said, it was a very uneventful mission. I just wanted to go ahead and do some post commentary on these simple missions. So I think from here on out, we're going to start doing the bigger, better missions, and it's all going to be live because there's going to be a possibility for a lot more things to go wrong. And I definitely want that to be live. I don't want to be having too big of issues come back and bite me, and not have the reaction caught live when it happens. So, and right here we go back and review the sciences, pretty good bit. And we go ahead and we buy some things, and it takes me a while to decide on what to buy. But I think I went with the bottom tier, the stability, and right here I have enough for one more, and I'm torn. What do I want to get? And I think I'll go ahead and I get the fuel lines in that tier right there, because that way we can do some asparagus staging and get much more fuel efficient and much farther with these beginning missions to explore and do science. But that's gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go ahead and call this episode good. And like I said, from here on out, it's gonna be live commentary hopefully. So I do appreciate you guys watching, and definitely stay tuned for more.